Hello. I just realized I was muted for the past 5 minutes. So, welcome to the chill zone. I'm gonna do my best to just re-go over what I was talking about. The weather here is quite nice today, much nicer than it's been the past few days of this week. I am really looking forward to the fall. I think that while the winter is my favorite season, I kind of just like all of them except for summer, even though there are some things about summer that I do appreciate. I'm generally not really someone who hates any of the seasons because I think they all bring their own, cool thing. I like the idea of, seasons kind of each symbolizing different things, and I really like that type of thing, so I tend to not be too, I don't know, fervently hating any season. I don't really get seasonal depression or anything like that. I just don't like the heat, so it helps that it's very mild here, but whatever. And being muted for a few hours really threw me off. Yeah, I'd like to talk about some films that I have seen. This might take a little bit. I don't want to, go into them too in depth, but I do like talking about these things, and lately I've been trying to, this is a bit of a tangent, but I've been trying to record videos, kind of produced, not really scripted, but just like videos talking about different pieces of media that I like that wouldn't fit into a stream. But for some reason, whenever I try to record a video, when I try to record me talking about something, I guess I get too caught up in making sure that it sounds right, to where every draft of a video that I make, I end up scrapping and then trying to redo it over and over again, which is, it just results in you not actually putting anything out. But with streaming, the live component, I feel, actually helps me, because it just kind of pushes me to put out, what I'm trying to say, and then I know that there's just the one take, so I just have to make it work, which obviously makes talking about a lot of things much rougher and unrefined, but at the same time, it's kind of the only way I can force myself to actually get something out there. So the first film that I wanted to talk about was Furiosa, a Mad Max story, I believe is the title. It was kind of a silly title to keep track of. Hello, welcome. Furiosa was a cool movie to see. The timing was really good because I had just rewatched the other previous Mad Max movie, and they're kind of part of the same series or continuity. And I thought it was pretty good. I definitely didn't like it as much as the first one, Fury Road. I feel like it was a pretty well-made prequel, but I think the problem that a lot of prequels fall into is this idea of setting up, like, I wish I had like a clever word for this, but it's like in a prequel they'll try to set up something that is like iconic to the character, like have some sort of like significance to an item or like a quality about a character that a lot of the time either is not something that you'd think should have any like special significance, or is just an element that's cool or unexplained. And like an example of that in the particular instance of talking about Furiosa is like in Fury Road. Furiosa is a character who has one arm, and her missing arm she wears like a bionic prosthetic. It's like this very cool kind of like clunky and worn metal thing, and then the arm itself is like kind of a clamp. It's a very cool design, and it just having her have that design and then not, you know, she doesn't explain it in Fury Road or talk about like how she lost her arm or anything, which kind of gives her just like a cool element. There's sort of an element of mystery to it, which is neat, and then also it sort of shows that she's in some way gone through some shit, you know? And that's a really cool thing to have with that character and how she exists in that plot. In Furiosa, they show how she loses her arm, and it is cool, but I feel like a lot of that stuff is just unnecessary. It's part of why I didn't really want to see the prequel in the first place, because you know, you don't need explanations for those things. And another one that I thought was really funny is that in Fury Road, she has like a shotgun, and in Furiosa, like the shotgun isn't like important to her character, it's just a gun that she happens to use. But in the prequel, they kind of have this big like setup for it, where it's a gun that was given to another character, and then he passes it down to her as like this sort of meaningful scene. And I don't know, stuff like that just kind of takes me out of the movie. It's like prequel bait. I don't want to say prequel slop, because I hate the overuse of the word slop on things. But yeah, it's less interesting to me. I thought the main villain of Furiosa, he's played by Chris Hemsworth, was a really interesting character. He reminded me a lot of Dutch in Red Dead Redemption 2, if you've played that game. If you haven't, Dutch is like a kind of charismatic leader of an outlaw group, and all of the outlaws are, you know, different types of like marginalized people and outcasts, social outcasts and things like that. And Dutch himself kind of has this like, he's very well spoken and he's very well educated. He knows a lot of like theory, so he says things that are kind of like populist or like socialist, like almost leftist, kind of like pro worker and you know, different sort of like political things like that. And so yeah, in Furiosa, the Chris Hemsworth who plays, I think the character's name is it's something really silly. I can't remember it right now, but he's very charismatic in that same way, where he kind of just like, he pays lip service to sort of like this revolutionary way of talking, like creating this collective society of like equals or whatever, but at the end of the day it's just a band of horrible, over-the-top Mad Max villain guys. But I just thought that was interesting, especially as a contrast to Immortan Joe in Fury Road, who's like this over-the-top, like a dictator type of like fascist, like exists as a god to rule over everyone else. Yeah, that overall I thought Furiosa was pretty good. It still, George Miller has a very cool visual style, and a lot of that carries over into Furiosa. I didn't think it was as stylized as Fury Road in a lot of ways, but it was still pretty cool. Something I noticed that was kind of weird is that the action scenes, a lot of the time, I don't know what it is about them or why they're like this, but they're kind of like sped up. Either they're using a camera that has like a higher frame rate, or they're literally just like speeding up the footage. It's very odd. There's a part where a character gets like catches on fire, and they like hit the ground to roll around, and as they're rolling it's like unnaturally fast. It's very odd, and it happens a few times with different things in the movie, and I thought that was kind of weird. But overall, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, and yeah. So not a lot to say about that. The other movie I saw last night was Hereditary, and Hereditary's, you know, these are both fairly old films, right? Or that, not recent. They came out like a few years ago. I don't really, I'll be honest, I don't have too much to say about Hereditary. I might say more later. I just don't want to bog the stream down too much. I'll just say that that movie was extremely effective. The horror of it is really cool to me, because it's not... I think a lot of horror movies stop being scary for me whenever they become less grounded and more about like a supernatural sort of horror, like demons or ghosts, or like, you know, like weird shit like that doesn't really exist. And the movies that really stick with me and scare me the most are ones that are just like very grounded and rooted in like the horror of like what people do to each other, or what happens in their minds. And so I think Hereditary does a really good job with it still incorporates a lot of like ideas of like supernatural things, right? Which Ari Aster, the director who directed Midsommar as well, I think he has a particular, he just really likes certain like pagan, like folk demon type stuff, and so there's a decent amount of that. But if you took every reference to supernatural things out of Hereditary, I think it would be exactly the same. Like, it wouldn't make it any less scary, and you wouldn't have to change anything about the movie to take all of that stuff out, which I think is really cool. And it does a good job of, there's a lot of like weird shit happening, but it's unclear whether the characters are like hallucinating it or if it's actually happening. And that also kind of creates this sense of tension and dread. And it's also about like passing on things like mental illness, or like the echoing effects that like a traumatic or abusive like childhood can carry on through generations, you know, like how it can be hereditary, you could say. And that's extremely effective for me. I feel it hits really close to home. Without going into it too much, on both sides of my family, I have a lot of kind of like severe, debilitating type of like mental illness stuff, and it's led to a lot of self-destructive behaviors, and so seeing that in Hereditary was profoundly effective. I think it was the first time in a long time that I've watched a movie with like the entire runtime, basically either my mouth is agape or I'm sitting there and I do this thing when I get stressed out where sometimes where I'll like pull all of my hair back, kind of like I can't show it on camera right now, but so it's sort of like, imagine what you would do when you put like a hair tie into your hair, like you're tying your hair up into a ponytail, but I just like pull my hair back, you know, with both of my hands on the top of my head, and I'm just sitting wide-eyed staring at this fucking movie. It was oh fuck, hit my microphone stand. It was incredibly captivating in a way that was, it really fucking stuck with me. And it ruined my day very firmly. So, as far as horror movies go, I don't think there's a better one out there. I struggle to think of a better horror movie, and I've seen a lot of them. I also watched a movie called The Drama, which is about it's about a lot of things. I think that the coolest part of the movie for me was going into it not knowing a lot. It has Robert Pattinson in it, who I am really happy has been able to have an actual career as an actor. I think he's one of the best actors alive right now. There were a couple moments in this movie where he I mean, it's possible that there was like digital altering or whatever, like there always is in movies, but this was a very grounded movie, and I'd kind of be surprised if they did any of that. He did something with his face while acting that I don't think I've ever seen an actor do. It's kind of like, you know, it's pretty impressive and difficult for actors to cry in a realistic manner, like make themselves have like a emotional breakdown in a way that's like compelling. But he took it like a step further where there's a moment where he is talking to a large group of people, and as he's about to do it, his face is like pretty red, like he's kind of flushed at first, and then all of the color drains from his face and his skin turns like green, if you've ever seen anyone do that. And I'm very familiar with that because that, is something that happens to me quite a bit. But like I could see that feeling on his face, and I don't think I've ever seen an actor do that, and it was incredible. I also, as an aside, just about Robert Pattinson, I really liked him in Mickey 17. That's kind of like a silly and dramatic role that he does really well. But yeah, so the drama is about a couple who is planning a wedding, and during a wedding planning event with another couple, the four of them end up doing this sort of trust building game. They're all quite drunk, where they each say the worst thing that they've ever done in their life, and all four of them kind of have a similar theme to the what they decided was the worst thing they've ever done. And one of the four characters says something that the other three characters take exceptionally poorly, and it kind of changes the course of the movie. The movie has this drastic shift at that point, and then becomes a completely different thing. And like I said, I think the best part of the movie for me was not knowing anything else about it. That alone was enough to make me want to see it. I was gushing about Robert Pattinson because I have I like him like a particular amount, but also Zendaya as the other part of this couple. I think she did a really good job. I don't think I've ever seen her in a dramatic role before, but she did a really good job playing a character who's fairly nuanced, and I think she handled it really well. It's kind of a risky situation, I guess. But yeah, so if you like the idea of that type of revelatory stuff and a movie entirely about interpersonal drama, then I recommend the drama. And now that I'm done talking about that, it's time to finish up some Dragon Age, hopefully. I've been thinking almost nonstop about Veilguard. I know I mentioned it a lot, but I'm just really I'm excited to change things up a bit, play something that I've never played on stream before, or as in play a game that I haven't played before on stream. And also, maybe this is old, an old-ish person thing to say. Perhaps it's a sentiment that's a tad outdated at this point. But I don't know. I really like watching people play games which aren't very good. I think that's funny, and entertaining to me, if it's done well. Obviously, not to jump the gun too much, but when I play it, I'm gonna go in with a very open mind, and the I want it to be good, right? So I'm not going to be just like dogging on it for the sake of dogging on it for the entire time that I'm playing it, because I don't think that's fun, or good criticism or interesting to watch. Uh, but I'm also going into it, with the understanding that it will likely turn into that, and that's just based off of my experience playing the last BioWare game I played for the first time, which was Andromeda, and that was also the most recent game that they've made since Veilguard, or as in the game that came out right before Veilguard did. My throat is particularly gravelly today. Okay, so here we go. We're doing... That's right. So last time we finished all the DLC, and then we started this next little bit of the main story, where we've chased Corypheus into this temple of Mythal, and we saw him we saw him get melted like the Nazis at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. But he came back to life by possessing... Those birds look really cool. The body of a Grey Warden fellow. Which means that he seems to have some sort of ability that is like the archdemons.
Why would this be here?
Something wrong?
It depicts the dread wolf, Fen Harel.
But stronger and scarier.
He tricks their gods into sealing themselves away in the beyond for all time. Setting Fen Harel in Mythal's greatest sanctum is as blasphemous as painting Andraste naked in the chantry.
My clan set statues of the Dread Wolf outside our camp. They're meant to frighten harmful spirits.
Perhaps. I thought the ancient elves above quaint superstitions.
For all your knowledge, Lady Morrigan, you cannot resist giving legend the weight of history. The wise do not mistake one for the other.
Pray tell, what meaning does our
very
elven
sharp.
expert sense lurking behind this?
None we can discern by staring at it.
We can send for historians once peace is brought to this forest.
The inhabitants of this temple may not appreciate guests.
May not. Not that, not that he would know. Or anything. I do like how Morrigan and Solus are like the same type of dude, and so they're both just... They're both kind of at odds with each other, especially because their field of study is the same. So, you have like a disagreement with your colleague in the same space. So sometimes a lot more animated than
It appears the temple's
usual.
magics are still strong.
Ancient Elven. I can't make out much.
Atishol vir Abalasan. It means enter the path of the Well of Sorrows.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shivenen.
Seems like so far
Tis
Solus
all I
is
can translate. That it mentions the well
outdoing
omen.
your ability to read just by a bit.
We're out of luck, unless one of those temple elves drops a lexicon.
Supplicants to Mathal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
I like the use of the word obeisance. It's a good one.
Not much of a lock if all you do is step on it.
'Tis a ritual, not a barred door. There is more here than earthly treasure.
So we're about to do Wallace's gym puzzle from Pokemon Emerald, if you're familiar with that. It's or Juan, sorry, if you're playing Emerald. I also played Sapphire and Ruby, and that gym is Wallace's in those games. Which I played recently, so it's quite fresh in my mind. We just have to find all of these. Oh yeah, okay, so the door is open. It's a fun effect. Ooh, look at that. That's really fun. What the fuck is that? It's not quite a griffin, and it's also not quite a deer or like a holla. It's a wild looking creature.
Hold them off!
Just gleefully despoiling this ancient temple. Let me check something real quick. Am I okay? There's I've noticed that the track, like the song that's playing in the background is a lot more prominent in this area than it has been previously, which I really like. I think like it's not super domineering as a track, but it's very cool. I noticed it there. Has kind of an ambient vibe to it.
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
She's right.
People are dying outside while we stand here. If we use the tunnel, more of our soldiers can flee.
In this case, I must agree with the witch. This is ancient ground, deserving of our respect.
You see the urgency? We cannot find the Well of Sorrows unprepared.
I mean, of course she wants the well.
We don't know what's behind
It's
those
also
doors.
kind of like the whole reason why
They
we're
might
here.
have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal, or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order.
What does that mean?
Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
Damn, that's incredible. It's like having two characters here who just say everything that I agree with all the
I
time.
wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true.
God, you're so right.
I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance entirely. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must
Who knows?
discover. The rituals
Something
may
cool,
point the way.
apparently. So yeah, this section is a lot shorter if you just jump through the hole and skip all these puzzles. But I definitely agree with everything that Solus and Morrigan were saying there, so we're gonna do them. Plus they won't take too long. Hopefully. I feel like this is one of the types of puzzles that I'm not like too bad at. Oh, this part of it seems very intimidating, but it should be fine. We just run along here, and then skip over to this, and then I think, yeah, if we do like this, and then I could probably just run like this, right?
That did something.
Easy.
Indeed. Time to proceed to the next ritual, I should think.
And then I think it looks like there's 3 of these here. Honestly, the puzzle in Pokemon is probably harder than this one, because at the end of the puzzle you have to like end up in a specific spot. Oh. Okay, this one's a little trickier. I think... Oh shit. Okay, let's look. If I go around... Yeah, okay. Just like that.
The ritual is complete.
We are close. There is but one more path to follow.
Morgan's voice actor is fucking incredible. And I'm really happy that they got her back. And also she does a really good job with like how Morgan's tone and like the way she talks is very different. She definitely sounds a lot more put together, a lot wiser. Which is cool to see. Oh, what the fuck? I just have to pull this open. Oh, that's actually quite... okay. This might get a little difficult. So if I like... Okay, while I'm on this yellow part, it doesn't toggle off. So I think... if I step off here, it does. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go down 1/2 of this path, I believe. So if you do like this, it's okay. Alright. And then I'm worried I already made this unsolvable. Yeah, I think I fucked it already. How do you deal with this little bit? You go like around here, and then... I don't know how to... How did I... Okay, so for here, you'd hit those 2 points, and then circle... Do you circle around the whole thing? Like that, and then... No, that wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so if I come through over there, and then I walk right there, and then to the second one, and then down here, and around, and to the middle again, then if I... How could I possibly do... How could I possibly come back around like this and do this properly? Wouldn't it just... Maybe I'm supposed to do like the whole set? Like let's say I start from here. I could just do this. Oh wait, not quite like that. Like this. And then pull down the thingy. And then walk around this way.
There. Everything is lit.
It wants to say something, but I can't hear it.
Come, let us see if the doors have opened.
Oh, I thought this mosaic was a door. A lot of wolf in here. Did it open these? Just a tiny amount of gold. I really like the look of those birds.
'Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Hey guys.
Vernavis,
Shit.
you are unlike
Oh, okay.
the other invaders. You have the features of those who call themselves Elven.
It's true,
You
I
bear
do.
the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
Trying to kill the fuck out of them.
They are my enemies, as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows.
Yeah.
He speaks of the well.
Yeah, I
It is
figured
not
that
for
he was
you.
talking about the well.
It is not for any of you.
So you're elves from ancient times? Before the Tevinter Imperium destroyed Arlathan?
The Shemlin did not destroy Arlathan. We Elven warred upon ourselves.
Oh,
By the
fuck.
time the doors to this sanctuary closed, our time was over.
That's
We awaken
unfortunate.
only when called, and each time find the world more foreign than before.
Well, yeah,
It is
you know.
meaningless. We endure. The Vira Belasan must be preserved.
I feel like it's kind of funny that these guys are all just supposedly, like, immortal. Like, they've been sitting in here for thousands of years instead of... Well, I don't know, because I was thinking about the fact that the thing they mentioned about their numbers dwindling every time they get, like, attacked. And you could probably solve that by, you know, just having people, like, have kids and stuff in here, right? Like, you just have a society of elves who figure out how to, or, you know, just, like, protect the temple, but I guess they'd have to worry about, like, food or whatever. And these guys might not have to eat,
What is this
considering they're
Vira Belasan
immortal and
exactly?
stuff.
It is a path, one walked only by those who toiled in Mithal's favor.
He speaks of priests, perhaps.
More than that, you need not know.
Our people have lost everything. They need you. They could learn from you.
Our people? The ones we see in the forest, shadows wearing Valisleen.
Oh,
You are not my people.
don't be like that.
And you have invaded our sanctum as readily as the Shemlin.
We knew this place
I
was
didn't
sacred.
know. Yeah,
We've respected it as best we could.
also true.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mithal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
This is our goal, is it not? There is no reason to fight these sentinels.
Consider carefully.
I
You must
definitely
stop
wasn't
Grievous,
planning
yes,
on it.
But you may also need the well for your own.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Belasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
No!
Morrigan!
Oh, fuck. You know, I was really looking forward to everyone being super
This would be our
chill.
guide.
Mytholinast.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She seeks to protect the Well of Sorrows.
She turned into a bird.
Oh yeah, it's true. That was really neat. I didn't think about that actually. That's cool. I like that she can still do the wild shape thing that she has from in Origins.
This place looks untouched.
You have
Wish I
any
could turn
idea how
into a
much this
bird.
place is worth?
We did not come to cut off the last of elven glory.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is probably everything here is insanely priceless. Okay. Yeah, I like how I have to follow this very slow scholar. with this massive tome. Oh, I figured I'd need this, but maybe not. We'll just stand here and hold it anyway, just in case. Oh, hey.
Henshra, Gilas Velathan.
I believe she would prefer that we remain close.
Just
My
a
bad.
quick look around.
No, it's fine. Oh yeah, I wonder if by doing this I skipped a lot of the fights that would have been in here. Although doing this is probably slower. Cause like, look at this slow motherfucker. They all have a very interesting build to them, and I'm not sure if it's because of what they're wearing or if they're actually just like built like that. They're very triangular.
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
They're dying faster than they wanted to.
The Templars?
Vir Sumir.
Or were these guys? Yeah, it's really funny that there's all these rooms of dudes that you just get to bypass. Oh, sliding up the stairs just a bit. It's like how speedrunners move diagonally to go faster in old PC games. Alright. This is just it's a dead end. Oh shit. Are you good? Oh, that's troubling. Are you... What a... Are we done? Could not tell if that was what was going on there. Oh, it's such a delight that these guys aren't immune to freeze. Okay, did I do my amount of following you? I think so. I think I'm
Well
just
of Sorrows.
good to go.
So
Oh yeah,
foul
let's
endures.
take a look.
It's loud and so cold.
Oh yeah, it's over there.
That's-
And
Something.
certainly the most gorgeous thing in the game so far. Jesus Christ.
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Yeah, you know,
Samson, sir, watch out!
just a bunch of
Inquisitor.
hilarious
You and
monsters.
those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
I spoke with your Tranquil, Maddox. He sacrificed himself for your cause.
I wish
Told
Colin
him
was
not
here.
to. He died as one of
I
us.
never thought that I would
One
say
of the
that.
faithful. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body.
It'd be a
I won't
shame
forget a word of the Well's
someone
knowledge.
developed some sort of,
Corypheus
you know,
will be
rune
unstoppable.
that dissolved your armor.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face? After you butchered my men?
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
no
yeah.
match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god.
You know,
So,
sometimes
Inquisitor,
I like the new
how will
god,
this
but I
go?
feel like I tend to not be a huge fan of the new god. You know? The old
Powers
gods are
all well and good.
more
it's
often
taken
cool, I
away.
think, than the new god.
What did you do? What did you do?
I melted your armor,
Armor,
dumbass.
it's gone. Delirium! I need it! Kill them all!
It's pretty funny that that's kind of all it took to upend his plan. Oh shit. Okay, there you are. Oh, he scales up to my level. That's kind of cool. So make sure that you don't like rinse through him or whatever. I think he's still gonna kind of get annihilated. Dude, what is he doing over there? He stunned me for 10 million years. Oh fuck, I need to step closer to him. Fuck. I can't weaken him, which kind of puts a lot of, puts a bit of a damper on how my build works. Okay. Oh, now it's working. Damn, that's such a long stun. Actually, so like, I don't remember. Oh my god, he's getting big. He's getting weirdly large. But he's also like completely backed into this tree. And he can't even get out. Damn. I don't remember what that fight's like without destroying his armor. But it's probably a lot more annoying, I would imagine.
He's not ready to go yet.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. I wonder what judgment will render on that guy.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
You don't know how deserving
You'd let
or
your people's legacy
undeserving
rot
we
in the
are.
shadows.
Also, she's kind of right.
Samson thought the well's knowledge was valuable. It could help stop Corypheus.
I care nothing for your petty conflicts, Shemlin.
You'll care when Corypheus
Your,
arrives for
your
the well.
petty conflicts, like
The well clearly
the
offers
entire
power,
world getting
Inquisitor.
destroyed.
If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask?
Perhaps I would, if you
As
explained it
each
to me.
servant of
Let's hear it.
Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
I mean, not really. Because it's kind of already...
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Damn.
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
At this point, I care a lot more about preserving the knowledge.
Not without your
but
permission.
yeah.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
That doesn't sound that
Bound
bad.
to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
What if they're all just
Elven
chilling there,
legend is
you know?
wrong.
Oh,
The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder?
also.
I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
It's a lot of information to take in all at once. Murdered instead of banished. Fen-Harel having nothing to do with it.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends.
I think that's basically it.
Why
right?
remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shemlin have not touched. It may be that only Uthenera awaits us.
Oh, that's...
The blissful sleep of eternity, never to
I misread
awaken,
that
if
a little
fate is
bit.
kind.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shemlin.
Damn.
Malas Amalin Nahalam Abalas.
It's crazy to be an elf and get called a Shemlin by another elf.
His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
It's really good.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
Hungry is not the best adjective to hear from something
Seems like
that's
that
magic.
should be a concern.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more.
Yeah, it's true, I guess. I do like
am willing
knowledge.
to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends.
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Damn.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You alone? This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
Sorry, my bad. You know, as much as I really hate to admit it, she probably is more qualified than me.
Perhaps you're right.
I am. You know I am.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
What's to stop you from taking the knowledge and leaving?
My word. If that
Damn.
seems insufficient, Corypheus threatens all, even myself. He must be stopped.
And who stops you?
I, Inquisitor, seek neither immortality nor your life.
Thoughts?
She is right
Guys.
about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
So many voices. They would be in your head, talking over you. You don't want them.
Any chance this well could help us against Corypheus? I say you take it.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Yeah, like, you know, like, as much as it hurts to admit it, because, you know, I'm all for taking in huge amounts of knowledge, but also, you know, there's definitely, I'm familiar with Eldritch horror, you know, and the price that you have to pay sometimes for taking in knowledge that you're not prepared for. So, go ahead.
It's yours.
Oh, I want that knowledge so bad, though. Vivian greatly disapproves, as always, of every decision I make.
Morrigan? Are you all right?
Would have been really funny if she just died.
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah.
Damn it. I want to speak Ancient Elf.
I am intact. There is much to sift through. But now we can...
Okay, that actually does look quite unpleasant, actually. I think I said actually twice there. No! I wasn't expecting the like, impotent throwing his arms down like he's throwing a tantrum.
Through the mirror.
Yo, why am I blue? I hope I'm blue for an amazing reason. Oh, that was so goofy. Him just fucking flying through the air like that. It's like the really classic, like, old witch thing, you know, of like just flying through the air.
It is done.
Well, that was you know, I feel like that was a pretty huge
I'm pleased to
success.
report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise,
I mean,
he
not
will hide
not
and
really.
rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will
Probably
not
gonna
hide.
do something.
Meaning he will attack us directly. It's Skyhold.
Not necessarily. But neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows
A
held many
font of
voices.
thousands of years
and they
of
speak
knowledge.
to me now from across the ages.
Oh, she has the
They hold wisdom.
avatar ability
Secrets I never dreamed possible.
to just talk to
But
people
even they
from
fear what
forever
Corypheus
ago.
has become.
Man, that sounds. Also, that's pretty worrying.
But he's not a god yet, is he?
Not yet. He is both powerful and immortal. But he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to
pretty
leap into
great.
other bodies
I
is
like the-
disrupted. He can be slain.
I like the theming of that.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to.
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Just imagining Corypheus rolling up with a new ancient elven artifact, and it's just a giant nuclear bomb.
It comes swiftly, this moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the
Please.
Darkspawn that thought itself a
Please.
god.
I
Defeat him, and you'll be more
I
than
can't
a holy man to
stand.
the people.
I can't stand that
You'll
they're still
enter
doing
legend.
this.
Now that sounds more dangerous than anything I've done so far.
And there is the wit that reassures us. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
It's very yeah, we're getting like the final conversation with everyone.
I hope you're not going anywhere after I stop Corypheus.
Far from it. Oh, if you'll have me, there's so much more the Inquisition can do. Farewell, my lord. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light. I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevada.
It's
For
pretty
both
funny.
monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
I assume that means they both want something very badly from us.
You're quite correct. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King
Okay.
Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
But the Tevinter guy said that he just wanted us to be a neutral party.
Tell the Archon the Inquisition will do Tevinter the favor of wiping out the Venatori on its borders.
Very good, Inquisitor. We'll inform him at once.
Wouldn't do for some more political influence over there in Tevinter. Speaking of political influence, don't we have... oh, okay, I guess not.
The view from below, all petticoats and oppression.
there's a thing I really like about the main quests in this game is that basically all of them are references to quotes in the Chant of Light, like the Dragon Age's equivalent, the Chantry's equivalent of like the Bible. So, and then the last one we did being titled What Pride Had Wrought, having like a double kind of meaning of both the pride that Morrigan has in securing the well and also like the Inquisitor, and at the same time Corypheus's pride leading to him having like a severe weakness.
Trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an elven rune, so a witch could consume a pool of magical goo and then walked through a mirror. And wound up back here. Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
Nope.
Carry on.
What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Oh shit.
Carry on.
Oh shit. Okay.
The Temple of Mythal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I would love to... Like, I feel like the being like, I'll restore what was is kind of a lot more traditionalist than I have in mind. Like, I think it's valuable to preserve knowledge and, like, remember past knowledge and things like that. But I don't really care about the idea of restoring, like, the idea of, like, a previous time that was better, necessarily.
This war proved that we can't go back to the way things were. I'll try to help this world move forward.
You would risk everything you have in the hope that the future is better. What if it isn't? What if you wake up to find the future you shaped is worse than what was?
I guess I'll die.
I'll take a breath, see where things went wrong, and then try again.
Just like that.
If we don't keep trying, we'll never get it right.
You're right. Thank you.
For what?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You have offered hope. That if one keeps trying, even if the consequences are grave, that someday things will be better. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power, that at least we may still recover. With luck,
you know,
some of the past may yet survive.
I never really considered the idea that, like, you, at the end of the first act of the game, if you weren't playing an elf, you just wouldn't get that scene where Solas talks about what the orb is. So you wouldn't have that knowledge really far in advance.
You planning to leave before we take down the bad guy?
No, but there may not be a later. It seemed wise to say my goodbyes now. Lethaline.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
You have waylaid all his other plans. Now, as a petulant child, he will destroy the game board rather than admit defeat.
It's really well
put. Be ready for anything. He still believes himself a god, and gods do not fall gracefully.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
I wonder, I'm really curious if this mural changes based off of what you do, because some of these seem kind of specific. Like, this kind of looks like a mage figure to me, and then like the Grey Warden symbol, and some of these other ones I don't really recognize, but kind of are familiar. Yeah, like there's this little bit that looks like the Orlesian, yeah, like the Empress assassination plot, and then the Temple of Mythal over here. So it could just be, yeah, like a series of events. Ooh, also those eyes at the top are really cool. I love that specific type of design.
What happened
For a second, I
at the
thought
Elven
that
Temple
book was like Inside
It's
Out.
got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
How does this relate to the Elven Temple?
You encountered ancient elves. A piece of history. Something the Imperium didn't destroy. Maybe my people can atone for what we've done. There is something still left to restore. Maybe not all of us want to, but that could be altered. If you can change minds, so can I.
It's a pretty noble goal. I can't fucking imagine how you would go about doing it in
Someone with
Tevinter,
your
though.
impeccable taste could transform Tevinter.
I hope you're right. You usually are. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything.
It's pretty good. I feel like that's a
Something you need?
very solid conclusion for Dorian's character. I wonder how different these would be if these guys fucking hated me. Like I've never actually seen, like in 2, what happens if you're a rival with all of your party members, and I haven't seen in this game what happens. Like, 'cause there are special scenes that trigger for having low enough approval for everyone. There are a couple in particular that I'll talk about once we finish this game.
It's been quite the momentous day,
But I actually
hasn't it, my
haven't
dear?
seen any of
We
them
should
myself.
probably give some thought to the very likely possibility that Morrigan will use her new power against us.
I have complete confidence in Morrigan. She won't turn on us.
My
It'll be
dear,
fine.
even if she wishes to remain loyal, what will the Well's power do to her mind? She's bound to some ancient demon.
You
Circle records have
have
limited
no idea
information on
that
shapeshifting.
that's what
There are mentions
is
of
happening.
counterspells that may prevent mages from transforming or from reverting to their true forms. I have my people researching these spells now. If they have ever been documented, I'll find them. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes.
That's pretty shocking to hear.
Yes?
I feel like if anyone had their approval low enough with me, it would probably be Vivian. Honestly, I should have not done her quest to see what would have happened. That might have been fun.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a nuke.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
I'm kind of terrified about that now that you mention
Wouldn't be any
it.
fun if all this was over so soon.
Corypheus
Remembering
believes
how that
himself
went
a
in Dragon
god.
Age 2.
Pride alone demands he not slink off into the shadows. I have faith you will be victorious even so. Not long ago, This was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
I have plans.
Oh, I have plans of my own.
As you should. Blessed are they
We
who
can
stand
abolish
before
the
the corrupt and the
chantry.
wicked, and do
We
not
can
falter.
completely eliminate the circle and then create like a new thing that would be
You
cool.
have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Completely change the Templars to be a different thing. Help the Grey Wardens rebuild. Destroy the Orlesian monarchy.
Finally,
Invade
a place
Tevinter.
The horses. I forgot about the Ferelden horses.
No. No, I didn't. I very much did not.
Corypheus is able to possess Grey Wardens, or so I hear. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not a real Warden.
It's a blessing. Warden or not, I'd hate to be on the other side of your blade.
Going up against a Darkspawn, and the last thing you want is a Grey Warden. Funny how these things happen.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Yes?
Well, that's it.
Nothing right.
Kind of surprised that that's all he has to say. But I mean, his stuff concluded a little more definitively than everyone else, I guess. And no matter what, once all of this stuff is over, he's just gonna get shipped off to Weishaupt.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit.
Dragons
Just one
especially.
more big fight to put this
Oh,
Magister
that'll
asshole
also
down
probably
for
be
good.
really hard.
I knew you'd get us here, boss.
I think it will probably be a little harder than just one more fight.
I did say it'd be a big one, boss.
So you did, Bull. So you did.
Kadan.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Krem, do you have anything to say? Or are you just doing your chair
Shame
thing?
the alliance with the Chief's people didn't work out. He hasn't said anything, but he's feeling it. Most of the charges are still at the Temple of Mythal. I missed a crazy fight.
That's
We'll talk later.
surprising. Yeah,
I don't care what you do.
I'm done with you
It's
guys.
over. They're dead. My stuff is light.
Oh shit. I didn't notice her there.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying
I
the elves
perished to
were
the ether.
destroyed by
Phone
Tevinter.
die. Oh no. Well, thanks for hanging out and watching and stuff. And hopefully you watch the VOD later on my YouTube channel. Ooh. Yeah, what is funny about that?
If that's a joke, I don't get it.
Everyone is always, oh, poor elves, victims of this and whatever. But the Empire hates itself. Love it. We're not proper if we aren't sad about the grand history stolen from us.
I mean,
Turns out we're no better than anyone else. Plus, a big old temple
It's
full
like
of
half
demon
true.
worshipping lies. Grand, that.
what do you...
So your main takeaway is that elves worship demons.
Well, they never call them that, yeah? But that's what it had to be. I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There
I think this
can't
is the
be a
most
bunch
I've
of gods
disagreed with
and
Sarah
the Maker.
ever.
Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Yeah, what?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? because Abelas looked weird. If that's all it takes, Coryphe's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this... You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
I've been saying I'm not.
It's not as if it matters what I believe. I've already denied being the herald.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Coryphe fish. Whatever.
Damn.
Love seeing you, yeah?
I'll be back if...
That's definitely the most I've ever disagreed with Sarah, I think.
Are you sure?
Like, it makes sense that, you know, the elves aren't, like, entirely victims, right? Because that's just not really how shit like that works out. But it doesn't really erase the fact that they still had, like, a crusade and also, like, the initial genocide of the elves by Tevinter once their empire had collapsed, and then the subsequent crusade that also genocided them. Like, that's still, it's pretty bad.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
So did I. Corypheus seems to break a lot of rules.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not... Could I have saved the real Cole?
Oh. I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I hardly understand any of this myself.
His hands were bruised from beating on the wall. It was dark, like the cabinet where he hid to escape his father. His belly hurt like knives, throat cracked dry. He was alone. I pushed through and held his hand. It was all I could do. He said, "Thank you." Thank you.
The day change was kind of crazy there. I feel like the last scene with Cole would probably be one that would change quite a bit, depending on how his quest went. Dude, who the fuck are you?
Inquisitor, you have done much, but have you the stomach for the Quizquisition?
What?
The what?
It begins now, and
What?
there is a timer.
What's happening?
A blight is signaled by the rise of an archdemon.
Am I going
old
insane?
God. Name the archdemon of the first blight.
What do you mean, name it? Fucking, Jesus, Dumat?
The creature's name was Dumat.
Correct. Well played. We will continue when I have time and the wind calls me.
Alright. What was any of that? I have never seen that in my entire life. I've played this game, perhaps 6 times, at least. And I've never...
He meant to watch forever. He called himself Sorrow.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like.
Can I just immediately... Oh no, yeah, okay, alright, well... I wonder how long that guy has been there, because... That's insane. I've really never... I've never seen that before. I certainly would have remembered it if I had. Oh fuck. I forgot to talk to... I still need to talk to Cullen, and I need to talk to Liliana. Sometimes it's easy for me to forget about the 3 advisor people, because they're slightly less, you know, prominent than the companions are.
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
You're so fucking right.
If
Well,
you
let's
were
hear about it.
divine, what would you do?
Change things. Change everything. Your support of the Mage Rebellion was a good start. We must build on this. No more circles. The mages will be free.
Yes.
The Chantry will accept them as the Maker's children. In fact, it will accept everyone. Elves, dwarves, even Canary. Why exclude them? The Chantry allows our differences to tear us apart, instead of teaching us how we are the same.
That's so fucking true.
I think you would make a good divine.
I am glad to hear it. Your support may persuade the Grand Clerics to vote in my favor. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
Pardon me. Yeah, no, you're spitting.
The world could certainly use the force for good you describe.
Yes, the Chantry should be a force for good instead of what it is. The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved, unconditionally. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
God damn, that's... Now that's a fucking pope right there. I do think there's a cool balance with the 3 different, like, options where, you know, Vivian is, like, the most conservative and focused on preserving the status quo and doing all the really fucked up fear-mongering bullshit that the Chantry does. Liliana is, like, the most extreme in, or, you know, radical about being chill and accepting and completely upending the institution of the Chantry to be, like, a cooler thing. And then Cassandra is kind of, like, in the middle, where she's definitely not shitty in the way that Vivian is, but she's more about, like, the idea of an incremental change that's a lot slower and more gradual.
So if we kill Corypheus, he has the power to move from one tainted creature into another? What we will learn next? That he can command the sun to rise or the seas to burn?
I mean, the homunculus thing isn't, like that bad, right?
No matter how powerful he is, there's a way to defeat him, and we'll find it.
I hope
He's
you're
just
right.
a lich, pretty
I have
much.
researchers scouring the Temple of Mythal as we speak. I hope that their search turns up something we can use. Ancient magic, perhaps. Something even Corypheus missed. Anything to give us an edge. Morrigan seems pleased with herself for some reason. That smug face. She becomes more and more like her mother each day.
Oh yeah,
Don't
you would
tell
know.
her I said that.
Also, I thought the exact same thing. Hey, Colin.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I like the two Reddit atheist answers and then one normal human being answer.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Unless he gets bored and surrenders. Any chance of that?
I doubt it.
Like that little hand gesture. Hopefully that wasn't that loud. I had to sneeze, but I couldn't reach over in time to mute the microphone, so because it was in the middle of the cutscene, but I tried to be as far away from it as I could. Oh, cool, and that... Well, I was going to say it's really convenient that it put me right here, but I actually don't really... I'm sure that's like the last thing with Cullen. Ooh. Whose book is this? Fuck. How did that even get there? Oh shit. Oh, I love this. The cutscene teleporting you from one place to the other, so it's just this impossible straight line.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Illuvian. She was terrified.
She was chasing Kieran.
She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
Yeah, it's no good.
Wait, this isn't the crossroads. This is the Fade. How
Oh,
did the
yeah.
Illuvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
So this entire section right here is... like the part in the Fade is completely exclusive to having Morgan having the kid. If she didn't have the old god child, like the ritual child from Origins,
Go back! I must find Kieran before it's too late.
and none of this would be happening.
Why would Kieran do this? How could he do this? We stand
is
in
insane.
the Fade. To direct the Illuvian here would require immense power.
Well, you know.
If he is lost to me now after all I have sacrificed...
I'm sure he's fine.
We'll find him, Morrigan. He can't be far.
The Fade is infinite. He could literally be anywhere. Whatever happens to him now, 'tis my doing. I set him on this path. Please, help me look, Inquisitor. Just a little longer.
I mean, the cool thing about the Fade is that if you, like, have him in your mind while you're looking for him, you're more likely to actually reach him, right? God damn it. Corypheus growing all this shit in here. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice. I kind of wish there wasn't the objective marker and you just had to follow these spirits, because they're definitely leading.
That's...
Oh shit, I cut off that line. Holy shit.
Mother!
Mother.
Now, isn't this a surprise?
Oh yes. It's the same voice actor. She's so good.
So this is all some kind of family reunion.
Mother, daughter, grandson. It rather warms the heart, does it not?
I like how they olded her
your
up.
grandson. Let him go.
As if I were holding the boy hostage. She's always been ungrateful, you see.
Ungrateful! I know how you plan to extend your life, wicked crone. You will not have me, and you will not have my son.
That's
let's
quite
chill
enough.
out a little
You'll
bit.
endanger the boy.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
You are Mithal.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's really good though. I think the scene is like, this is definitely one of my favorite scenes in this game. They did a really good job kind of like putting little tiny bits of this in every game. Like every Dragon Age game is pretty disconnected from each other. You know, you're playing like a different protagonist in a completely different place during each game, but it does a good job having these threads that do continue throughout all of them, and then having them pay off in like a meaningful way.
You are. It's very nice to finally meet you.
You see, girl, those are manners, as you require a demonstration.
I require nothing from you but your death.
You tried that once already, and see how far it got you.
That silly little kid run.
I'm sorry, Mother. I heard her calling to me. She said now was the time.
I do not understand.
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since, seeking the justice denied to her.
I completely forgot about that.
Then you carry Mythal inside you.
That's what she
She
said.
is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the voices of the well, girl. What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth
That's
is not the
very
end,
good question.
but a beginning.
It's also
So
a very good
young
line.
and vibrant. You do the people proud and have come far.
The people.
As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
If Mythal is a part of you, why haven't you helped us? We've called to you, prayed to you.
What was could not be changed.
What about now? You know so much.
You know not what you ask, child.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
It's either very
And you
cool
follow
or
her
very
whims.
foreboding.
Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed, as the world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged. Alas, so long as the
But
music
who killed the world,
plays,
though?
we dance.
This, I'm not gonna pick this line, because I know that it's a lot shittier than it sounds, than it seems like it is. Which is, like, why I distinctly remember it. Basically, you recall, like, the story of Flemeth being the person who was engaged to, like, a old feudal lord from, like, a long time ago, and then her, you know, husband was killed and stuff. It's all in the Dragon Age Origins thing when they're talking about Flemeth, but it's kind of said in, like, a really flippant, like, know-it-all way. And the only good thing about the line is Flemeth's response to it, where she just says that, you know, if only in the future people recall the traumatizing events of your life so glibly, basically. And we already remember that shit, so we're not gonna drag it up.
I presume you know what we're up against.
Better than you could possibly imagine.
So will you help us?
Once I have what I came for.
No, I will not allow it.
He carries a piece of what once was, snatched from the jaws of darkness. You know this.
This kid is kind of incredibly important.
I will not let you use him.
Have you not used him? Was that not your purpose? The reason you agreed to his creation?
That was then. Now he is my son. Flemeth extends her life by possessing the bodies of her daughters, Inquisitor. That was the fate she intended for me. I thwarted her, and now she intends to have Kieran instead.
Wait, the way she talked about Kieran.
I am not the only one carrying the soul of a being long thought lost.
I forget.
He is
Yeah, they
more
say
than
the
that, Mother.
archdemons are
As am
the
I. Yet do you
to
hear me
Vinter
complain?
old gods, I think.
Our destinies are not so easily avoided, dear girl.
Yeah, like Dumont and stuff.
You do not belong to her, Kieran. Neither of us do.
If Kieran is so special, why did you wait until now to come for him?
I did not know where he was. Morrigan cleverly hid him from me. Until now.
'Twas the well.
Always grasping beyond your reach, despite all that I taught you.
I warned you about the Eldritch knowledge, dude. I told you about the Eldritch knowledge.
You're going to steal the body of a young boy.
If my daughter believes it, then it must be so.
Kieran,
It's a really funny reply.
As you wish. Hear my proposal, dear girl. Let me take the lad, and you are free of me forever. I will never interfere with or harm you again. Or keep the lad with you, and you will never be safe from me. I will have my due.
I will take my chances.
I found you once, girl. What makes you think I will not find you again?
Take over my body now if you must. Just let Kieran go. He will be better off without me. Just as I was better off without you.
No more dreams?
No more dreams.
Could you have done that the whole time?
A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me. Listen to the voices. They will teach you, as I never did.
Wait!
Yeah, I think that's one of the scenes that's the most drastically different based off of stuff from the previous games. And going all the way back to Origins, which is really cool, I think. Also, my game just crashed, which is hilarious timing. God damn it. So give me a second to boot that back up. But yeah, if Kieran isn't there, then I think the way that scene goes is that Morgan goes with you through the Illuvian to like talk about the things that she was planning on talking about, and then you run into Flemeth. You have a similar conversation with her where she talks about being Mythal, or carrying the spirit of Mythal or whatever. And then at the end of it, I think Morgan tries to attack her, and she stops it using the powers that she has. Unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to skip through everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna put the camera here and talk about some stuff while I run through this. But yeah, so the thing backfires. She realizes that Morgan realizes that because she drew from the well, she is bound to Mythal forever, which is ironically her mom, who she's been trying to run from. They do have a similar thing with talking about with Flemeth revealing that I think basically she says that she doesn't actually have an intention of like keeping her bound, and that she was never in any danger from her in regards of to that ritual and stuff. I do think it's kind of funny that she is Flemeth is like as glib as she is for so long, considering she probably could have avoided a lot of the misunderstanding with Morrigan if she had actually explained a lot of that stuff. So that is, I feel like that's a bit of a flaw in how this was handled, or how it's like written, I guess. Like there doesn't really seem to be any obvious reason why she would withhold that information. Hopefully the game doesn't crash this time. It's really funny because skipping through all of that actually didn't take me very long at all.
Are you all right, Kieran? You are not hurt?
I feel lonely.
I'm glad that all worked out for the kid, and also Morgan.
She wanted the old god soul all along.
Yeah, she never even
reminding myself that perhaps I
cared about
everything after all.
Possessing your body.
My mother
She wasn't
has
even
the
talking about
soul
that.
Of an elven goddess, or whatever Mythal truly was, and her plans are unknown to me.
Yeah, but so, all of this is another reason why I think Morrigan taking the well is a lot more interesting. I feel like from a writing standpoint, it's a lot cooler and more interesting to have her deal with like the irony of the amount of like arrogance that Morrigan has that's kind of similar to her mom, like following all of a lot of similar mistakes that Flemeth had made, and then the consequence of that being that she's like innately bound to her mother forever. I think that's kind of like a cool way for that to go, because you know, if it wasn't the case, like if I had drank from the well, none of that really would have mattered. Would have had a lot less weight and significance. You know, the revelation about her being Mythal and stuff is still kind of, or you know, like that's all pretty big, right? But I feel like it's a lot less interesting thematically without having Morgan drink from the well.
You truly had no idea what she was.
I knew she kept the truth from me. I even suspected she was not truly human, but this... I always thought the so-called elven gods were little more than glorified rulers, but now... I have doubt. And doubt is... an uncomfortable thing, Inquisitor.
This is also a really interesting
did not
kind
drink
of
from
conclusion, like part of Morgan's conclusion as a character.
Tied to my mother for eternity.
So Kieran had...
I wouldn't
the
have
soul of
minded.
an old
I fucking
god.
love Flemeth.
Taken from the Archdemon at the final battle of the Fifth Blight.
Terrible mom, though.
Yes. He has never known anything else. I'm uncertain what effect this will have on him.
But why did you...
I told you at the temple, the magic of old must be preserved, no matter how feared. Kieran had a destiny, and now it is in Flemeth's hands. I suppose we shall see what she does with it.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
Did I? She was testing me. And I cannot tell whether I passed.
Yeah, that's kind of a horrific way to raise a child.
Now we must prepare to face Corypheus himself.
But
It
I also
seems
think
Mother
it's
was
really
right.
interesting
The
and like
voices of the well
nuanced
tell me
in
I
the
will
way,
be
like
able
Flemeth
to
is
match
obviously
his
not
dragon. All that remains
super
is
kind
for you to
or
find him.
anything as a mother, but I think that it makes a lot of sense why she would raise Morgan in the way that she did, based off of the experiences that she had in her life. Like the idea of having Morgan be particularly strong and capable enough to withstand a lot of the insane bullshit
Got
that
questions? I'm your dwarf.
Morgan is, you know, like inheriting from her. So I think all of that stuff is like really well written. Okay, and now... Yep. Oops. So, we are at the final bit of the game. I'm going to take a small break to refill my water and stuff, but we'll be back in a moment, and then we'll do the last little bit of the main story. And then also, I think we'll have some time to dip into Trespasser a bit. The epilogue afterwards. So stay tuned for that.